We get started.
On HMI ones.
I went to see after that stuff. And then I'm going to have to teach. My brother's coming in tonight. So maybe this thing.
11:25. Which it is.
Get out. Virginia.
What is this whole thing?
What?
What are you trying to do?
You got it?
You got HMI.
What I did.
Oh, it's not picking up. It's not. Is it plugged in?
Albert, what do I always say when you're having trouble with your computer? User error?
Great error.
Albert error. All right, now we're cooking with gas. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, cool. Right. Yeah, very cool.
That was made up. I was speaking for networking, the IBO. I had to go whatever. And the leader of the IBO, as I was speaking, he made that.
You made it.
Yeah.
It's what?
Yeah, it's like uncomfortably good posture.
Great.
So I got that there. From downstairs, I had like this lazy boy chair that Joseph still has in his office. And I found myself like lounging all day long at the desk, like chilling. And I wanted, in my head, it was making me less productive. So those chairs are kind of uncomfortable. So I took that one and brought the other one downstairs to sort of be comfortably uncomfortable.
Firm.
Normally I just couldn't sit.
No, no.
Today, yeah, it was the day that I have to go pretty good. I mean, you feel that it goes to pain.
So now stand up for 8 hours on Thursday. See how you do.
Since we're doing it.
All right.
I got a
They're
break.
the number 2 person, like I call myself.
So we were speaking about football for a little while. Albert, you want to read me that quote? Oh, sorry.
Phone, so. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra.
All right. Who is that? Who's Jimmy Johnson?
The guy who took over for Tom Landry.
Oh, that's right. We had this one. Difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. So we're going to talk more about that today. Tell me something good. Who's got anything good?
It's a big fiasco.
I know.
Oh,
No, the buyer claimed, the buyer felt like the claim should have been disclosed in the property condition disclosure, but my position, and I think every attorney's position,
They
would be,
closed out.
it wasn't needed, it's not required. He was willing to take it into litigation, not by the house, he wanted to do a mold test. We finally agreed to do a mold test. There was no mold in that area, but they found mold in the crawl space, so they wanted to make a crazy reduction. I forget what the original request was.
25,000.
No, it was like 5% of the sales price, I think, so.
A lot.
Is that Lindenhurst house?
No, that's people.
Oh, boy.
So I wanted to kill the deal. Rain was on the other side, so we kind of worked it out. The seller ultimately decided, even though he felt like Cause I told him he could get a lot more money for the house now. He just wanted to kind of wash his hands and be done with this. He did a $20,000 reduction.
Then you wanted more.
Then they wanted the deck removed in addition, so that it's not, we're giving the $20,000 reduction, we're not removing the deck. So finally, we removed the deck. I think there's more to that.
Yeah, this was your buyer? Yeah.
It was her buyer until I took,
Did you love?
until I just started communicating direct with them.
Yeah, you know what? They were so what? There. No, they were just like Nancy running in, and like, talk about something like, what is the problem?
Then the mother calls me and says the long-winded text. I wrote.
The guy's like 38, and his mother's sending text messages about the purchase.
I wrote a long text. I looked at it for about 4 minutes. I deleted it all. There's a lot I like to say, but I'm just not going to say anything. And then that's how it ended. Then the next day, the buyer called me and was talking to me about something else. And he's like, "By the way, what happened with my mom? You know, she asked me like, he texted me. Is this his way of saying F you?" I'm thinking, yeah, that was exactly my goal there.
Yeah.
That's how you read it. Who am I to tell you you're wrong? I am convinced a real estate contract has about a 90-day time limit. And it's like midnight for Cinderella. If you go beyond 90 days, it's just nothing is smooth. Nobody likes each other. Everybody, the loan officer, the buyer hate each other. The lawyers hate each other. Everybody hates the realtors. The seller and the buyer hate each other. It just becomes like this has not gone well, and it's just going to be contentious now, and there's nothing you can do. And even then, there is still this expectation. What happens at the closing? Everybody hated each other for like a month, and now everybody likes each other. It's like it's closing, right? It's a happy day, but not always. There are some people, and there are some buyers. There are some buyers who it's in their nature to hate the seller after closing. They get in the house, and you know these people because they sometimes call us afterwards. Oh, you know what I found in this house? When they did the wiring, they didn't do this right, or they should have did it. I don't know. They did insulation, but they used the cheapest insulation in the bathroom. I'm ripping everything out.
I got a call from the buyer this morning. After 3 rings, like shit, let's just get it over with. It's phone. And it was just a PSVG question, thank God.
Well, it's coming. Oh, a friend of mine was like this. Why'd they do this? Why'd they do that? The guy owned the house like for like 70 years. He did what he did. I mean, you had an inspection. You knew you bought it done. So Riz Media 2026 is going to have a rocking in the new year virtual event, 15 sessions, over 50 speakers. You can register now with this link. We'll send this out, Maria. Let's get that out to everybody. Rocking.rizmedia.com. Let's put it just right on the WhatsApp. This way people can just do it and it's done. It should be. Yep. All of us get a free ticket, so that there are people in independent agencies and things who are paying to have access to this virtual session. One of the problems with a free ticket is what January 8th at like 10:45 a.m. What do you end up saying? We had a little internet problem, sorry. So, big thing with that one is gonna be it's Farmingdale School District. So if you had a Farmingdale address, what would this house run now? Million one maybe? So you get the school district without all the price. These are actually condos, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 429, new listing. They have an acceptable, then they gave highest and best, and then they took one, and then they let all the others know. And then what happened when the highest and best found out they weren't the one chosen? Well, actually, we'll pay 450. And it's not always easy for the agents or the seller, frankly, but it's a good problem to have.
They've come a long way. I mean, I sold.
They were like 280s.
I
It
sold
feels like
one
not
for
that long ago.
269.
Yeah.
And Larry sold one for
They,
245.
they really don't offer anything other than it is a condo, not a co-op. It's walking distance to Main Street and the train,
Yeah.
and they're very economical, low taxes and very low maintenance, or HOA. And then Jared's got 17 Evans and Farmingdale, 812,000, 4 bed, 3.5 bath. What's the status?
We got 3 offers.
Those are nice.
3
houses.
off. Did you accept something?
Yeah.
All right.
Can't get that.
Oh my God. Well, there's always that.
That's kind of been the theme before offers, so.
We had some closings. Could you imagine being people? We overestimate people's intelligence or at least competency sometimes. Here's a person who's selling a house that Jared said probably should be priced lower. This is the weird number they came up with. First hint, their brain works differently. They must be more of an artist brain. And then they're selling their house. Huge transaction, almost $1 million. Like rounding, you could make an argument. You could round this off at $1 million, right? She probably bought the house for $200,000. Huge profit. Still doesn't pick up the phone to handle business. But that's how some people are, right? So try not to keep calling people. I don't know what to do. Like that, they are who they are. So when they don't call you back for the listing appointment or for a buyer after an open house, do you go, I guess they don't want to work with me? A lot of us do, right? Should that really be the takeaway? Here's a person in a contract with Jared who has offers on her house for a lot of money and still doesn't pick up the phone.
Knock on the door.
Yeah, like he'll figure it out. My point is though, we get in our own heads and we think our motivations or the way we would behave is how most people would behave, and it's just not true. Okay. Maria, new listing. Congrats over. I'm sorry, selling. You're the buyer's agent on that one, right?
Yeah.
Wilshire Lane in Oakdale for 370. And now you got the brother too. So this is the parents of your client.
This is the daughter of, no, it's a friend of my daughter-in-law.
Okay.
Love saying that. Daughter-in-law.
So and now you got another client that's gonna go look too. And I had the closing at 19 Parkview Circle in Bethpage. That was the one I got yelled at by the buyer's dad. It's always the freaking parents. Because the seller didn't remove the oil tank they agreed to remove. I got yelled at this morning by an agent on a listing that we accepted the deal and now they want to take a different deal. So I told them, look, yeah, for a couple days they kind of left me in the lurch. I thought, but I think they're gonna go with this other deal. And he's yelling at me like I made the decision. I'm waiting for the dad to call. 31 Walnut in Farmingdale in contract. So that had an open permit for a dormer from 1962. We were talking about it. Was it last week or the week before? Right. And it was like, well, how do you handle that? Maria, how did you make this all go away?
Seller that can be open to hearing a number from the buyer. The buyer gave me a high number. I negotiated that number down to a more reasonable number, presented it to the seller. The seller was like, let's get it done. And she signed a contract.
And what was that number? What was the credit?
$6,500.
$6,500 to take over the open permit problem. It's probably about what it would cost. If I was the buyer, would have wanted a little more. I bet the seller probably would have went to 7,500 or 8,500, maybe 10,000, but everybody's happy with the number. Till the closing, then maybe the dad will call and yell at you.
Saving him 10% commission.
He saved some commission. Yep.
And we got 10,000 over asking, so he's already ahead of.
He did
so
well.
was very happy.
And for the buyer's perspective, go buy the other house. Oh, there isn't one.
And the buyer was like, are you gonna sign the contract? What? Do it. So I just told him, I said, listen, the seller still wants me to show it, and I'm having an open house Saturday, so.
You're gonna lose it. He knew it. Make sure you're in the WhatsApp group. If not, let us know. We'll get you on there. 10% Weichert for Life program. Decision day in 26, the formal planning day. So make sure, I think most of the people here, maybe most of the Zoom, if not all, already have this in there because I saw you last week putting it in December 9th, 10:30 a.m. here. And around 12 o'clock, we'll go across the street over to Vespa for lunch. We're going to go through these really quick because I don't see any of us posting them. So, but it is, you have the images there. You can schedule these. National Pie Day, National Cookie Day, Brownie Day, Cupcake Day. December is definitely the health food month. Roof over your head day. Maybe do some kind of a holiday giveaway. Gina and Sal did well with a wine giveaway online. And then, of course, the holidays. New Year. Great opportunity to talk about a story of a past transaction from the year, maybe the craziest, the most heartwarming, maybe the best listing you sold, maybe the worst house you looked at with a buyer, anything like that. There's some more there as well. Market absorption rate, Farmingdale, 21 houses on the market, 14 on the contract, 1.5 months supply. And this has now become kind of the standard number we see as the under contract price at 749. That's just kind of the number. It's just kind of the number. Comac, 1.5 months supply, similar size to Farmingdale, similar price. Lindenhurst, 46 houses on the market, but 37 went on the contract. Why do you think that is? Why did they have so many go into contract in the last 30 days? Price is a lot more reasonable. The price?
For the average.
Yeah, well, everything's going up.
Yeah.
I posted the house on Dubois, and a friend of mine texted me. And he said, how could a house in Amityville go for 900,000? Is it just because it's new construction? I said, well, new construction sells more. The real number is like 869. It'll sell somewhere around there, maybe 860 or something. For whatever reason, new construction, they always end up having to, negotiate a little bit. I said, it is Farmingdale Schools, but yeah, I said, this same house in Plain Edge would sell for maybe 1.3. So when you look at percentage wise, that makes sense. Same kind of thing, with Lindenhurst is it starts looking like a high number, but compared to some other towns, it makes sense. There's always going to be that little difference. Why do you think this number is lower in Lindenhurst? Yeah, but it's not a bad, like you wouldn't look at Lindenhurst, yeah, it's bad schools or a bad neighborhood, certainly. They got a lot of little houses. If you ever went down to South Lindenhurst, it's a lot of like old bungalows that have been expanded and things. It's just not the same kind of housing you're going to find in Farmingdale or Massapequa or Bethpage. And then there's a big section of it that is Copeg schools. So it has a lot of different things going on. Massapequa, this is actually a low number for Massapequa. Yeah. I think some of that is just a function of how little has sold. 17 houses on the contract with a 1.7 month supply. Is now a good time to list your house in the winter? Looks like an awesome time to list houses. This is some of the best time to list we've seen.
Serious people. I mean, if they listen in the winter and people who are looking in the winter, they're serious buyers.
You get way less showings in the winter. That is true, but you only get buyers.
Taking people out on Christmas Eve.
Yep. In April and May, do you have more buyers coming into the market? But they're all brand new. They're green. They don't know that they have to come in aggressive or they're going to lose the house. So you got a lot more offers and a lot more showings, but you don't have more sales because you only need one buyer, right? And right now the buyers are out. Office training for Fast Track, Success Track for Albert.
Get registered today.
All right. Office inventory, Monroe and Long Beach available. The Gale Grace, we have 4 there. 3 of them are available. 91 Beverly Road in Babylon, getting close. One of them has an accepted offer. Okay.
For Gale Grace.
All right, we'll update that. 880.
the builder's gonna let you build houses.
His models, yep.
They're nice.
Yeah, they're a little tight, his
Yeah.
model. Hewlett Harbor, some offers, they're just not getting that number they want. Same with Great Neck. Well, Great Neck kind of is just lingering because it's priced too high, right?
West, yeah.
Walnut under contract, Caroline contracts out, Stratford Green rental available, David Drive in Farmingdale, TOM half signed contracts and contracts out. So we got that going on. New Hyde Park rental available, East Meadow rental available. I told you about Farmingdale, and another one in Levittown, Stratford Green.
Oh,
Boxwood Drive in Hewlett. I don't know how they did. I don't think Sal's on. Oh,
Yes,
hey,
I'm
how'd
on.
you guys do?
I'm on. We're on.
All right.
Hi, Joe.
How'd you make out at your open house?
It was actually one of the busiest that we've had.
Nice.
So it's been good. People coming from the city, and we're just waiting for feedback. And another showing this week, private showing this week. So
Good
we're
job.
just hoping for the best.
As long as you're getting showings, it's going well. Obviously, it's a different price point, so the timeline is different.
Yes,
One Atlantic,
absolutely.
I know he was really busy.
Yes.
17 people at a condo for $439 or whatever they were asking.
Oh, wow.
All right.
All right.
17 Evans,
14 total groups.
14 groups. And do we know how? I know Rich was busy at his open houses. Do you have a number?
He's on.
Rich Junior's on?
Rich, are you on?
He was in that bail, but
Yeah, when it
First crash.
crashed. I don't know how to do this. All right, 555 prospecting method. So you want to make this your daily routine. Every day, we want to send or make 5 calls. Who here has the time to make 5 calls? All of us, right? That's just the drive home. 5 text messages. I would suggest not while you're driving. 5 social media messages, direct messages, comments, or replies. That creates 15 outbound touches per day. Massive results. What does this cost to do? $0. If you did 15 a day for 10 days, how many did you make? Well, hold on, new math. We got to get a box and take a shoe off. Yeah. So it doesn't take a whole lot to do this, right? And consistency is going to beat intensity. We talked about Jimmy Johnson. Do you need to make 1,000 outbound touches a day to be successful in real estate? It'd be great, I guess. I don't know how possible that is. But wouldn't 15 a day be better for the whole year than 1,000 once? Absolutely, right? And it's not that much more work. So voice-to-voice connections with people. So who do you call? Clients you've done deals with, sphere of influence, active buyer and seller leads, open house leads, my Weichert leads, online leads, right? Really anybody. I talked about it before. We had a guy a long time ago, took out they still had yellow page books. He opened the yellow pages and started with A and started making calls to businesses. By the way, A had the most because especially back then, A locksmith, A locksmith, A locksmith. Hey, this is what I do for work. Do you need, does anybody there need the services? And he actually got a lot of conversions because you could pay for leads, but the reality is most of them are what they are. It's still the same thing. What was different about the yellow pages for him? You can't put your commercial phone number on a do not call list. So he was legally allowed to call them all. That's why we get so many. Although we don't get them this anymore. Hi, this is Joe with Weichert Realtors, Performance Homes. I was thinking about you today. How's things going? By the way, the market has shifted again here in Farmingdale. Do you know anyone thinking about making a move? Text a fast, personal, high response rate. Again, people you haven't spoken to in a while, new leads, social media followers, or friends you want to connect with, open house attendees, anyone who can answer your call. What's the advantage of a text message? They have to see it, right? They're going to see it.
Especially nowadays with those little bubbles that go across and shit, does that mean that people are reading it?
Yeah, you know if they read it or not. That's true. You know they saw it, right? That's why video texts are so powerful. Hey Maria, how are you? Because now it's almost like a two-way conversation without being one. Hey Tom, hope you're doing well. Quick question. What part of town would you live in if you ever moved? Hey John, great meeting at the open house. Would you like me to send you similar homes in the area? Really anything. Just be a human, send some messages. Social media. Send messages to people who liked or commented on your post. Thanks so much for engaging with my post. I really appreciate it. People are having life events. What happens if somebody posts, hey, it finally happened. I retired after 30 years at the post office. What are they often going to do? Sell. Yeah, they're going to move. They're out of here. The person complaining the most about Mom Dami might be moving. Hey, I hate him too. Would you like me to sell your house? I don't know. Small business owners, life events. Congrats on the promotion. Saw your post about moving. Do you need any recommendations? It doesn't have to be, can I help you sell your house? Are you interested in selling your house? It could be, do you need any local recommendations? 15 touches a day is 75 a week, is 300 a month, is 3,600 per year. Wiregood does track this. It's one of the advantages of having within corporate offices a very large real estate office. So they did the tracking. 10% of these become warm leads. So that's about 360 per year. 5% become appointments. It's 180 appointments. It's not unrealistic to think 20 to 25 deals a year. Why do some agents always seem busy and others don't? Because they're doing those little things that everybody else isn't. Oh, I don't know if I could figure out 15 people to even contact. Figure it out, right? Start with however many you can figure out. I'm pushing the outlet in with the plug-in with my foot. Write 5 names down. 5 to call, 5 to text, 5 for social media. Send 1 text and 1 social media message before a meeting ends. Wouldn't take much, would it? Let's find out. Let's figure out next week how many conversations we are actually able to start. Maximize your holiday advantage. People get together this time of year, right? So why is this good? You're with people, talking to people, being a freaking human, right? Who was it? That was what's that guy? The kid's name up in Connecticut. Jared James. Isn't that his line? I didn't come up with that. Just what should I say? Just be a freaking human. Hi, how are you? Start with that. Less competition. I'll never forget. It was this time of year. I was at a chamber meeting, successful husband and wife couple from another office. Stand up at the meeting. Everybody gets to go around the room. Hi, I'm Joe Garcia from White Realtors. If you know anyone buying and selling. And he stood up and went, my name is Joe Smith from X company. And real estate pretty much from now until like April is shut down and we just take it easy. Yeah. I'm glad he's not working these months. Fine by me. Serious clients. We were talking about it. We don't have a lot of tire kickers, but we do have real buyers. That's who's out there looking. Albert mentioned he had somebody once look on Christmas Eve. If somebody's out there looking at a house on Christmas Eve, they are motivated to figure out a purchase. Prospecting with purpose. Give, help, and have fun when building your business. Maximize your holiday advantage. Stay visible. Build relationships, right? Use that season to connect, on a real way with people. Remind sellers about potential tax benefits for year-end stuff. New year momentum. Buyers start the year ready for those changes, including moving. Again, reconnect with that purpose. A quick holiday call could reconnect you with the relationship, spread cheer, open the door for referrals. You talked about your daughter-in-law's friend and now the brother, right? So that's all people you might see over the holidays. Keep it personal, show appreciation. Holiday cards are a great way to do that. You can go to the dollar store, get a whole bunch of them for $1. Well, what is it now? $1.25 probably. or maybe $2. I don't know. That Dollar Tree went from you knew the price of everything to now it's like Target, like Kohl's. I need a scientific calculator before I get to the checkout. Mailing a note card would be 70 cents, 73 cents. What's it cost to go drive around and put them in people's mailboxes? $500 fine if they hit you, but otherwise I think you're going to be okay. Keep it personal. The goal is to generate 3 or more leads or referral requests from your sphere. Thanksgiving gatherings. Thank friends and family for the support. How's work? How's the market? It doesn't mean you need to sit at the dining room table and have a sales pitch. Well, everyone, now, I just want to say I'm so thankful for this year and for my business. I am the top 8. You don't have to do that. In fact, I would say you probably don't want to. It might be the last time you're invited for Thanksgiving. But talk to people and see if the conversation presents itself. Or more likely, somebody mentions like, oh, yeah, this year I'm going to be retiring.
You'll be asked.
I'm going to call, you'll get asked. But what's the market like? I'm thinking about retiring. Now the door's open. Oh, I'm thinking of retiring for the new year. That's something I might follow up with Tuesday and say, hey, John, you mentioned on Thursday that you were going to be retiring. I just want to offer, I'm more than happy to do a free price trend analysis on your home. This way, like as you try to figure out what your plans are going to be for the new year, no pressure. And I'll never mention it again, but at least you know exactly what your house is worth. Now we have a doors presentation set up. People are going to say, oh, how's business, right? Isn't that like, it's just people making conversation. It's pretty good. I'm so blessed. What I'm hoping for, a lot of comes as referrals. So by the way, if in the course of the year you have anybody looking to make a move, please think of me.
That's a good time to have your 30-second elevator speech, or not a speech, but answer.
You want to, how's the market? Oh, you buyer or seller? Oh, no, neither. But, I hate my house and I hate New York and I can't wait to get down to Florida. The cold's killing me. It's like, yeah, but they just told you they're a seller, right? They just told you, like, I want to get to Florida. 57% of buyers and 56% of sellers found their agent through friends, neighbors, relatives, or a past agent. We spent so much time looking for 54% of the market. I'm sorry, 44% of the market, when 56% of the market are people who already know us. Shift your mindset from wanting to be introduced to people who are ready to buy and sell to just, I want to know as many people as I can so that when they make their housing decision, they think of me. Referral cards. Take a look at this. Dun, dun, dun.
You're like a guitar player over there,
stepping on the pedals.
Computer player.
Hello, Weichert. Greetings from Weichert University. We wanted to take a moment to remind you of an amazing opportunity that you have coming up to ask your closest friends and family for help in your business, and of course, thank them for their support that you've had throughout the year. When is this? Well, it's Thanksgiving Day dinner and all those surrounding activities when you're going to see your closest family and friends. Why is this important? Well, we know when you give your closest family and friends the knowledge on first, how to refer you, and 2, a clear list of your services, they'll be able to articulate your expertise better to anyone that they're speaking to. And what that does is it lends more credibility. And once the person they're talking to, that they're referring you to, feels that they can trust it, they will act upon that referral and call you. And of course, one of the tips is for your family to get their contact information so that you can follow up and not wait for them to call you. So this is a win-win activity. It's you're thanking them and you're providing ways that they can help you. Your closest family and friends, they definitely want to help you. And so giving them the knowledge to do that, it's a win. So in order to help you do this, we made a quick, easy template, something you can assemble right here in your sales office and have it done. It looks great. It has a way to hold your business cards, and we hope you do it. So here you go. So the first thing you're going to do is print out from our PowerPoint template onto cardstock paper. You will get 2 per pieces of paper. That's the first thing you're going to do. Okay. Once it's printed, you're going to just simply sign your name under where it says love. Right. Do not spend the time to customize this. Put your name, put your headshot on it, and your name. Remember, this is closest family and friends. When it says Christina, they know who it's from. So don't spend the time to customize it. It's not what the activity is. We're leveraging people that are really close to us and helping them help us. Okay. So we're going to sign our names. The next thing you're gonna do is take scissors or the paper cutter in your office, and you're just gonna cut each, the white space out so that it looks like this. Okay, so then you're gonna have two. Once you have that, there's a small faint gray line here. You're going to fold it. Okay. Once you fold it, it will look like this. And you're going to either take a very, very thin piece of tape to put right here and right here. You don't have to tape the whole way, just here, or a quick staple at the edge, that's fine. And what that does is it creates a pocket. All right. Once you have a pocket, you can take 10, 20, however many business cards you want, and just drop them in like that. Okay, they don't fall out because the tape. The next thing you're going to do is just get a ribbon or twine, however, this is what I have in my office. So I'm just going to tie around the front and into a bow. And then you can either attach a piece of candy or really anything that you want. You can use a glue gun and glue it. In the example you see on the screen, that's one of my favorite chocolates. It's very easy to glue that on because it comes with a base. So get creative. It's just a small token of appreciation, because on the front it said, there is no time more fitting for me to say thank you for your support, your business referrals, and simply talking up my business. Right? Love, Christina. And then on the back are tips to help my real estate business, and gives real tips that will, if you follow, will increase the amount of referrals that you will get. And that, at the end of the day, your close family and friends, they're your biggest supporters. They want to help you. So that's the idea with this. And very simple to make. We timed it. It takes about 1 minute per packet. So if you figure you're having 10, 15 people, this is a very simple, fast activity. So just want to take a moment from Weichert University to say thank you. We are so grateful for you, sales associates and sales leaders, and we wish you a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Take care.
I just had this thought as we were going through it that might be some of us more appropriate, instead of a piece of candy, those little 1.5 ounce bottles of Fireball whiskey. Little easier way to get through Thanksgiving. And I think I'm going to do that. Actually, I think that'll be fun. I think this is a nice way to do it without doing it. Lorraine, are you going to sit and tell your kids and their spouses about your real estate business on Thanksgiving? But would you feel terrible pretending you gave out a lot of these to clients and you just happen to have 15 of them left over and figured you give them out with the shot of Fireball in each one, or a piece of candy? That you might be willing to do. So the candy treat, that's what it looks like. If you couldn't really see on there, here's all the instructions. You can access it right here with that click here. Make sure you're reaching out to active leads to finish out the year around the holidays. Maybe they're getting ready for a spring move. Create a list of people that you think will do some business this year, that will do something this year with their housing that you could get business out of. Contact each lead with a holiday message. Is making a move on your radar for next year? That's not something you really want to necessarily do at the holiday party, but certainly during this time that people get used to calling each other. Short series of posts, new year, new home, maybe the benefits of buying or selling a house now, include some testimonials, festive home photos, showcase of current listings, and a call to action. Let's kick off the new year with a fresh beginning. Contact me to explore your options. Are there a lot of people who probably for the new year will have some sort of goal for the year, right? Most people have this. We don't always write it down, but you have that. This year, I want to buy a house. This year, I want to get a vacation home. This year, I want to sell my house and move away. If you're during your open houses, I would lean into the fact that it's the holidays. Decorate them with some touches, right? On your table with all your stuff. Maybe there's a poinsettia or two, and you can take it home and keep it in your house the rest of the season, or buy the fake ones. Maybe you're giving out hot chocolate. That's kind of fun, isn't it? Invite neighbors, and it's a holiday open house. I'm going to have hot chocolate and candy canes. The type of person who comes for a free hot chocolate and a candy cane, a neighbor, is that somebody that's probably going to be easier to stay in touch with for a while? Yeah, they're a little weird. I wouldn't do that. Are you going to go to a holiday open house to get my free hot chocolate out of a Keurig machine or however you're doing it, out of a thermos? No. But the people who do, they will take your call monthly for the next year. And then follow up with that thank you note. Make your thank you notes a holiday card. Holiday cards and gifts. Identify 5 to 10 VIP clients or referral partners, drop off a pie. You get a pumpkin pie at Stu Leonard's for $5.99. Does not cost a whole lot. Seems like every business now gives out pies around this time of year, doesn't it?
Kids.
That'll cost some real money though. That's not $5.99, I don't think.
But like, you know, if they were, you stopped in.
Yep, that's fun.
So supplies were.
Yeah, they bought 5 of them. You just missed it. You should have been here an hour ago. Make a reminder. Make it a reminder. Holiday visit. I'm here. I'm available for your, real estate buying or selling. Make arrangements for delivery. Organize and sponsor something. Promote the event. During the event, encourage people who show up to sign up for market updates. What would be a good way to do that? QR codes to your website, right? Holiday Popeyes. These are quick visits to say hello and catch up. Email, text, calls are great, but it's always about face-to-face. Bringing a small gift does make this a better thing. And make sure you have a business card with a QR code that goes to your My Wiker. What could you give out? Jars of hot chocolate, jars of honey, bottle of wine, pie, donuts, the little bottles of Fireball, tin of popcorn, poinsettia plants, cookie cutters and cookie dough, holiday wrapping, lotto tickets. You can buy them I think you can still buy lotto tickets for $1, can't you? I'm sure they have a holiday one for $2. Candles. You could make these little things. These are all templates that we have available for you. Gingerbread decorating party 1 year. We are going to do this in the office. Hopefully Maria's back loosens up. Promote a charity, holiday swag, client events, movie tickets, closing statement. Who would you give a closing statement to? So at a closing, you get a closing disclosure, or really the attorneys do a closing statement for your buyers and your sellers. Why might somebody need this at the end of the year? Somebody who closed in February. For your taxes, what can you write off from a real estate purchase? Real estate taxes, any per diem interest, that stuff it won't go in their mortgage statement because the bank didn't pay it. The title company paid some of that. So some of that is tax deductible. Sellers, why would a seller need that? Maybe they're close to the limit on the exemption for capital gains. So they have to go through, and I paid my lawyer and my realtor, and they get to take that down, the basis down. Does that show a level of customer service that most agents aren't performing? Yes. Is their attorney doing that? Nope. The attorney forgot they existed already. Well, it's something you could ask at all your closings for, but yeah, if you use Jim, hey Jim, here's 7 files. Can you get me the closing disclosures? I want to drop it off to the client. Annual reviews, New Year's card, neighborhood guide, client appreciation party. We have the flyer here, Weicker University, lead generation prospecting, 20 ideas for agents and offices. There's more. Recipe contest, toy drive. What's the easiest way to do a toy drive? Collect it, say, it's for Toys for Tots, and go bring it to Village Hall and put it in their box. I'll come by and pick them up. Half the time everybody with kids has 4 or 5 things that they got for their kid's birthday party that they already had and they meant to return but never did in the garage. Oh, I could give them away. Leverage that sphere. 20 to 30% of your business is going to come from repeat clients over time. 40 to 50% is going to be referrals from closed clients or sphere of influence. Client retention for successful agents is about 80%. On average, repeat business usually or referral usually occurs within 2 years of the initial transaction. So is it too soon to start following up with your past clients? Never. Sphere of influence. You'd host that holiday open party, personalized business cards, virtual holiday party. Don't do that. That's boring. Drop off a holiday gift, holiday themed newsletter, virtual cooking class, organize a charity event, create a video message. There are plenty of food people online who might be interested in being a special guest in your virtual party. Share holiday events and gathering places. You could just type it in ChatGPT. Make me a list of local holiday events and gathering places. Now make that a graphic, add my logo. Home for Holidays workshop, decorate your open houses. Home maintenance, what do you have to do this time of year? Create holiday themed social media campaign. You could download this guide. You don't need me to read them all. Needs, haves, wants. Anybody have anything coming up? Reach out. Another thing I would absolutely say to do, if you did any doors presentations this year with people who didn't list, let them know. Wow, we're seeing a real shortage of inventory and a lot of buyers out there. Most of our open houses are still getting springtime numbers of open houses, but the inventory is half of what it's going to be in March, April, and May. Right? See if you can get those people to come to it a little quicker. All right, everyone, have a good week.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. It's almost March.
Of the year.